I finally got a chance to check out Chainsaw Man, the movie, Reze Arc in cinema. I also got this cool trading card set from Cineworld for free for checking out the movie. But how was it? Does it really withstand the rave reviews it's been getting online? Well, it was pretty awesome. And as the title suggested, the ending crushed me. Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for sparing your time out to check out Chainsaw Man, the movie, Reze Arc, my thoughts as I saw it on the big screen in its limited cinema release. Now, I've seen Chainsaw Man Season 1. I really enjoyed it. Such a fun, great show. That is something a little bit different. So when this was coming onto cinema, immediately I jumped the gun and I checked it out. So let me tell you about the plot and we'll get into my thoughts. Chainsaw Man, the movie, Reze Arc, tells the story of Denji, who carries on his escapades from Season 1. He's now made new friends, people are now in this new alliances, and he's starting to build those bonds. However, he gets sidetracked when the beautiful and charming Reze comes into his life. And long behold, good things soon come to an end. Now, I'm not going to say too much more than that for spoiler territory if you guys haven't read the manga or you're going into this very much blinded like I did. I'm a person who doesn't read the manga simply because I don't want to be spoiled for what is going to come up in the anime. Usually, sometimes when the anime ends, I'll then go read the manga. So I will say this was a very fun time. I really enjoyed it, and the ending absolutely broke me, which we'll talk about slightly, or maybe a little spoiler warning, but I'll put a little timestamp in if you want to know what happens at the end. So firstly, positives all around is this got the big screen treatment. I believe I read online the budget was around $4 to $6 million, which isn't a massive budget, but this felt like a movie. This didn't feel like a prolonged episode or a drawn out season or anything like that. This arc generally felt complete. It also really was great to see it on the big screen. The color palette exploded immediately in several different scenes. There's rapid fluidity of colors of like blue, green, oranges, red, purples, and so many more. And the way that that is utilized in the spectacle of a firework or a bomb, for example, it is truly kind of remarkable how they were able to adapt that from a manga into an anime on the big screen. And I'm really glad to see that this got the big screen treatment because it's roughly around now made around $100 million. So it's been a huge success, and it also implores studios to put more anime into the cinema. So as soon as they put the anime in the cinema, I'll be there to check it out. The story was also a really interesting one, and it also progresses what is going to happen in Chainsaw Man Season 2. Because we've already got an overall story of the big mission our characters are going to go on, but this implication of this arc is going to play a big factor. And I actually really love the character of Reze. I was really attached to them. I found that this love story between her and Denji was a compelling one, but also a one that I could just buy into because like Denji is a guy who, is very kind of sex mad, right? And when Reze comes along, that absolutely is no different. But I like the fact that they were able to give him a vulnerable side when it came to a girl who actually liked him and flat out told him to his face, I like you, which is a little bit different from Makima, who is the main leader, who does actually have a really funny comedy element scene involving a cinema side story, which I found this this arc, to be really humorous. And there's plenty of times I got some good chuckles. My brothers and my friends and stuff who I went with last night also had a really great time. So this has a lot of light-heartedness. It also has some really good emotional beats. It has a really good, compelling story at the main helm. And it also introduces a few new characters, or at least expands upon them from the first season, where you can just have that more likability for them and also see a different side to them. One character in particular that I think is going to be a standout for a lot of people is the character of Beam, which I'll not say too much. I want to say loads about this, but I don't want to talk about it for spoilers' sake. And the ending. Now, this may be a little bit of a divisive one, simply because the ending with this particular character, I'm going to throw a spoiler warning up now, with Reze, and how they end this journey with her committed all these horrible monstrosities and these atrocities across the city and these deaths, but at the heart is emotionally vulnerable. She did care about Denji in some part of her mind and brain, but she was wrapped by the demon typhoon, the devil typhoon, sorry. And because of that, they had the essence where she was struggling with these emotions and how she was going to get past them, because she ultimately did like Denji, and right at the end she was going to run away. She was on the run for what she had done, but she actually changed her mind. She went back to the cafe where she worked, and Denji was sat there on the sofa waiting for her to come in. He still liked her despite her trying to kill him and everything that she did in the city, and she realized that she was going to run back to the cafe, and then of course she gets killed by Makima. And the ending still broke me, because I thought, okay, well, here's a girl who's done wrong, but she wanted this nice ending. She wanted to actually be the part of herself that she liked Denji, but unfortunately that didn't happen. In terms of negatives, so the ending is definitely going to be controversial, and some people are going to either really break them like it did me, or people are just going to be like, well, you know, it's deserved, whatever happened should be. Now, I will say that the demon typhoon that is explored a little bit here did feel a little bit weak and a little bit redundant. They don't really do a lot apart from like one scene, and I would have liked a little bit more to that actual demon, because I did feel as if they were starting to slowly build this up as a menacing threat, especially more so in the background, and then when it's shown, it's a cool design, but it kind of gets wasted just that little bit. But I'm excited to see what's going to happen in season 2. Have you seen Chainsaw Man the movie Reze Arc? Let me know down below in the comment section so we can continue the discussion down there. My overall score is going to be a 4 stars out of 5. And in the meantime, if you haven't seen these videos of mine of other anime reviews, well, click over here. You've got Demon Slayer, the Infinity Castle, and you've also got another suggestion right here. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.